Hello, my friends, and welcome to another pick a card reading. I hope you're all doing marvelously well. Sending you lots of love, and it's really good to have you here. So today's reading is about how others currently view you, because obviously the way that people view you can change. So this is right now, at this moment, how do people view you? We'll be looking at two sides. We'll be looking at your close circle and your personal circle, and then we'd be looking at it a bit more objectively with people who are not really your friends, but people maybe who are acquaintances, people who just know of you, or people who just see you and what they think of you. So, not what they think of you, actually, how they view you, but it's kind of tied into the same thing. But anyway, as always, 3 piles to choose from. You have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. This is from the Color Goddesses Oracle, which is an amazing oracle. But we've got pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. Timestamps will be in the description box below, and I'll see your reading. Bye. Hello, pile 1, and welcome to your reading. So you chose this card here, and let's see what it has for you. Okay, wow. Right, so moss. Breeding, growth, and reproduction. Breeding. We've got a beautiful, I think it's a dendritic agate here, or moss agate even. Yeah, it's the same thing. I don't know. I didn't put that together. And you've got these beautiful flowers here, but then there's this kind of gorgeous energy where with the Empress, it's very fertile. So people may see you as someone. Okay, right. There's a few things here. They can either see you as someone who is fertile, is kind of very connected with nature. I don't know why I'm getting a real kind of Cancerian / kind of mother vibe. So, there's something very maybe maternal about you, pile 1. But let's have a look at what your other cards have to say. And then we'll take it from there. Okay, what do other people think of you? Okay, so we've got the new moon reversed. Interesting. And yeah, we've got the scholar. Okay. And then we have the disintegration, but it's reversed. Just double checking that that's straight for you. And then we have the hummingbird, which is also reversed. And the last card here, which is a meeting. Okay, all right. Okay, just checking that so that it's just all straight. Bear with me, camera woes. Right, okay, so what I'm seeing here is that people may see you as someone. They may see you as someone who's a little bit they feel like they could get to know you. They feel like they would want to get to know you. They feel like you would be someone who would be down to earth. But I'm not going to lie, they kind of feel you are a little bit intimidating in the respect that I don't know. I just feel that you may challenge them in ways that they may not be ready for. It almost feels like you might trigger some stuff in them that, that they might not be ready to deal with. That's really interesting. Because, I don't know, right, first of all, I'm just going to put it out there, right? First of all, they may see you as not that much, They may see you as moss. Moss is very kind of, people don't notice it, but it's a deeply important product, part of our natural system of our earth. You know, if we didn't have moss, there'd be so much of our earth that wouldn't grow. Moss is deeply important. I think there's also a sense of underestimation here. Like, people underestimate you a little bit. Yeah, they do. So I don't know, they may not really take into account like what it is that you're capable of, or there just may be something, but you seem to take this on and really excel it. So you make sure that you know everything about it, and you don't do things in small ways, but you're also, I feel like you're quite hard on yourself, pile one. Like you are, you know, and there's a sense of you also that really wants to hold it together. You don't want to break down. You may be a group that don't allow yourselves to cry in front of anybody or anything like that, like no tears or nothing like that. And I think you're also quite open with the fact that you are a private person. Like, I think you're private. I don't think that you're a very public person. You're quite private about what you do, but this is the thing. This is why people like they get this kind of strong stoic energy from you, but they are a bit threatened by you. They definitely don't see you as flighty. I wouldn't say that they are, you know, like, say, you basically, it doesn't feel like you're the comedian of your friends or the group. It feels like you're more the stability. The one who would hold them and care for people and look after people. They know that they could depend on you. Do you know what I mean? And just because you're not funny, it doesn't make any difference. Like, it's not a big thing. But there's just, with the hummingbird reversed, it just says to me that there's a lightness that it's not really what they see in you. Let's have a look at what your close friends think about you and the people who are close around you. Now, with the meeting card, I think what that is until people actually actually take the time to get to know you. And I also think that there's a sense, I think that you are also quite selective about who you even are in contact with. Like, I don't think that you would just meet up with anybody, or, you know, yeah, I just don't think that you would, you know, I think you would kind of like step back. Even though you do have like a very caring nature and you may be quite open to people, say for example, you may help people when they're on the street or something like that. But if you met someone in the street and then you got on and then you found that, you know, I don't know whether or not you would go for a cup of coffee with them immediately. Do you know what I mean? Like, you might do, but it's not, you know, some people are like super overt, and I'm not really getting that from that hummingbird reversed, and also the new moon reversed, because I feel like there's also, maybe that's something that you might like to do, but you don't do it. But you do want to meet people, and you do almost feel, sorry, it's really noisy outside if you can hear any of that. But yeah, let's see what the cards have to say about your friend group, your close, the people who are close around you. How do they currently view you? How does pile one's close family, friends view them? Okay, so we've got the Five of Cups reversed. Strength. The Seven of Cups. The Hanged Man reversed. And the Six of Pentacles. Now the way that I don't know if you could see on the camera how I was shuffling, but like that was almost the other way around and then it flipped over. So, With your friends and family, I think you've been really strong, because you may have been disappointed by some of them. But and they may see you as a bit of a dreamer, to be honest with you. They may think of you as someone who isn't really kind of grounded. But on the other hand, they also know that you're full of strength and that you really do have integrity in what you do. I do think there's a little bit of like, now this can work either way. It can either be that they see you as someone who has a bit of a hierarchy and looks down on them. Or there could be something going on where you feel like you're kind of begging them for attention, and they're looking down on you. So it could be something like that happening. You've also got the Hanged Man reversed, which that would normally be a change in perspective, but now with that's almost the perspective has you've kind of gained the perspective, and no, actually, what I'm getting here is that they may view you as someone who doesn't see things from their perspective. Yeah. They think you can't see things from their perspective. They don't believe that you can. I think they feel like you've got your head in the clouds a bit, and yeah, they don't see that. And I mean, like, this is not to say, oh, it's all bad. I mean, you know, it's all fluctuating, isn't it? It's all nuances of good and positive and negative things. But what they've seen is that you have integrity. You have integrity. I want one more card. Let's do 6. Okay, the Tower. Yeah, that makes sense. So, yeah, I think that I think there's some stuff that needs to be kind of like worked out in order for this to be reversed. These two, because they see you, as I said, they see you as a bit of a dreamer, but there's just an imbalance with your friends and your family, the people who are close around you. And this Tower reversed, I don't know. To me, that says that there's a little bit of like just kind of like glossing over stuff. And that's really interesting, because when I saw that breeding on that card, the first thing I could think of was bacteria. You know, when you don't clean something and then it festers and then it gets worse. And that's what I thought with this. That's what I thought with that, and then now that's been confirmed by that. And that's why this card didn't turn the other way. So, your friends love you, don't get me wrong. Your friends and family love you. But yeah, they see you as somebody who's really strong, really honourable. You make the best out of bad situations. They see that you've been disappointed a lot in life. And that you've, particularly in affairs of the heart, they feel like you've been disappointed there. And also, I feel like they may have disappointed you. I feel like they may have not been very good to you. But also, not just that they may see you as a dreamer, but I also think that maybe the fantasies that you might have in terms of what your relationship is with your close people, there's a bit of that as well. Because there may be like these kind of thoughts of thinking that, you know, the relationship may be something that it isn't, you know. And the Hanged Man is definitely that kind of like inability to be able to look at points of view. It's either that you've looked at the points of view and you've moved on and you're able to like kind of mend things and kind of come across and do what you need to do after you've changed your viewpoint. But I don't know, that doesn't really make sense in this story. And remember, this is like, you know, this is a general reading, so please only take what resonates, discard the rest. This is quite hard, so like, you know, I don't blame you if you just want to switch off. So let's have a look at what other people think of you, because I don't know, I'm wanting to do something that's going to empower you, and this should empower you in the respect of like, you know, this is how other people currently view you. But also on the flip side, like, people think what they think, you know. if we cared so much about what people think, then, you know, we're going to fall victim to that consistently. So it's, you know, it's a weird thing. It's a weird thing. But I just thought it was an interesting subject to do. I hope I post this. Okay, so how do outside people view you? Who are not in your social group? So we've got the Ten of Swords, the Hierophant, the Queen of Swords, the Empress, the Emperor. Jeez, right, okay. Whoa, okay, right. So we've got, so I don't know, the first thing that I got is that if some of you are in a position where you are, you know, you're known, so you may be like a head teacher or some kind of like figure of authority within a particular society, company or situation. First thing I kind of got was like a head teacher in a school or something. So what do other people think of you? They think that you've had to go through a lot of stuff. They think, I don't know what's happened, but they think that you've had to go through a lot of stuff. The Hierophant and the Strength card, you've got like a doctrine that you follow, and you make sure that you follow it. I think there's a sense where you make sure that you show that you stick to the book in this. And it's interesting with this whole kind of scholar strength and then the Hierophant. I definitely thought it was like some kind of educational. You could even be a lecturer or something like that. But I think there's something here about, that's really interesting. That's saying world's greatest boss, and that's word, but LS. Is that the name of this character? I don't know. If some of you know about that, I don't know. But you're very, God, people will not mess with you, like full stop. They will not mess with you. And the Empress as well, you know, that's just, and you've got like two Empress kind of cards here. People see you as someone who's very together. They really do. And they respect you. Yeah, you get more respect from the outside world than you do from your close family and friends. That's what I see here, pile 1. That's so interesting. But there's a little bit of a caveat there in the respect of like the unresolved issues of what is happening in a close proximity. They mirror themselves externally. They mirror themselves on a bigger thing. Which, I mean, I'll be honest with you, that's no real surprise. Like if we've got like issues or inabilities to communicate with our own, like our close interpersonal relationships, there's often, you know, we put on like a different persona in order to like communicate with those of us who are outside of that, and then they get one side. So I think it's really important to remember that this is just an overview, and also it's really common. Like it's not. This is very normal. People put on some, and also I don't know if you've ever heard like when people have started businesses or done anything like that, or done anything to get their friends and family to try and like get them to like get their support. Most of the time their friends and family won't even like bat an eyelid. But whereas like as soon as they put their product outside, or as soon as they put themselves outside of that circle, people love them. And that's what's happening here. The only thing is that this kind of like relationship that could happen. And, you know, and I've never really been a big fan of the moon reversed anyway. So like there's just unseen things, and there may be a tendency for you to kind of be lulled in and ignore red flags, you know? I was saying it to someone yesterday or day before yesterday that when you're wearing rose-colored glasses, all of the flags are the same color. You can't see the color of the flags. So it seems like people on the external, they view you in a really respectful way. And I don't know, I think they might be attracted to the drama, but they see like something really stable within you, which is why there was that kind of like sense with moss. And I think that they want to meet you as well. Like, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if you do meet and greets if you're like an influencer or something. But yeah, there's definitely something here of how they really see you as something exceptionally stable. You represent structure to them. And somebody who really not only would be there, but really is able to like give advice in a way. And it's not light, it's not airy, it's not like, you know, ethereal. It's massively grounded. I think the new moon here is that when you maybe sometimes you go out and you do things and you interact with people, or you, in whatever you do, yeah, because you might do it online or whatever. But however you interact with other people, there may be times where you're supposed to actually not be interacting with anybody, and then yet you do. That's what I think that new moon represents. And that's where the devil is. So you might, right, just an example, you might be somebody that, you know, has this kind of lifestyle where you've got like this online thing or this online kind of community or something like that, which you do and you kind of work with. But then when it comes to your own personal, like your friends and your family, it's not the same. And then when you go online, you kind of get that kind of like, oh yeah, people are like looking for me and my community is there, you know, and there may be like a little bit of an addiction to that. So, and obviously it's a massive business. So I'm not saying like don't disregard that, but I think there has to be something done about the, you know, kind of nurturance of self, and also more importantly, understanding that you need time alone, you know. So, and I think meeting up with people in person is going to be really beneficial for you, like whatever it is. So yes, I think that's all I have for you, pile one. Bit of a strange reading. I don't know, it's been sitting there for a bit, so like I didn't know whether or not I was going to do it or not, but I don't know. Let me know what you think. It'd be really cool. This is quite an interesting reading. And if you'd like me to go further, do let me know. If you'd like to get a reading, all my details are in the description box below. But otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you liked it, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe for more videos. But otherwise, my darlings, you take care. Have a beautiful, beautiful day, evening, morning, whenever you're choosing to watch this video. And remember that honesty is always key. Bye. Pile 2, hello and welcome to your reading. So you have purple. How do people currently view you? So you've got dignity, nobility, and prominence. Interesting. So people are seeing you as quite maybe flamboyant. If not flamboyant, then you definitely stand out. You definitely maybe are something conventional, but you stand out from the crowd in a really kind of opulent and nice way. Purple is also the color of royalty. And And I'm getting the sense that there's definitely a royal vibe about you, for sure. Okay, so let's have a look at your other cards. Right, so we've got third house reversed. We have, actually I think that was there. Third house reversed. And then we've got the alchemist. Zebra reversed. The elemental. Rebirth, renew, and ritual. Sorry, I just got really distracted by the hot guy on there. Sorry. This deck. Oh, it has so many good looking people in it. And small child, 18. Wow. Okay, right. So I think there's definitely something to do with you trying to create a space that you might not have had when you were younger. And in that respect, you want everybody to feel okay, welcome, or you want them to feel a certain way about you and about what you and the experience that you bring when you are around them. So there is kind of, there is a little bit of disconnect here because of this stuff, but it's almost that, I don't know what it seems like there's an expression of maybe the inner child here going on. And if it isn't, then it's definitely something to do with like a small child, or maybe when you connect with children, that might really help you, or you might feel at home. You might be somebody who looks after children, or you may have children. But there definitely is an essence of you wanting to make sure that things are very different for your children or for young ones that are around, or for even you now as your adult child self. It's very different compared to what happened when you were younger, because we've got third house here. Third house also is communication as well, which I would also say that is about you and how you communicate with others. So I don't know if there was also something about, you not being able to get your point across before, or there may be a fear about you not getting your point across. So it's better to come across in a way that is really kind of strong and determined. I always get the third and the fifth house confused, so I'm sorry about that. I might have been tipping into some fifth house energy, but I don't know, I just saw that with the small child in third house. But third house is more about communication. It's more about how you put yourself across to people. And I don't know, with the zebra reverse, there's also some sense of like how you may worry a bit too much about what people think of you. With the elemental, you've got a real chameleon kind of vibe going on here, because what's really interesting is that he's got, or this figure in this card has got this beautiful, like, almost energy of being a bit Legolas out of Lord of the Rings, but also elven. But also with nature because of the green. But then we have this kind of like shirt. We have a shirt and we have these very hard defined features, almost Witcher-like, isn't it? So it's that sense of like being quite with one foot in both worlds, so to speak. And what's really interesting with this small child, I don't know, like maybe things are happening because you might be giving birth or something like that. So there may be something going on there. But let's see what your close family and friends think of you. They definitely see you as someone who can make really amazing things happen. You do really well with the cards that you're dealt. And you may not tell anyone about it. Like, I think you're quite you know, you keep things behind closed doors and then you kind of get on with it. Okay, so we've got the Queen of Cups. The Ace of Cups. The Sun reversed. The Seven of Swords reversed. The Ten of Swords. And the Five of Wands reversed. Okay, I mean, there seems to be like quite a bit of competition among the people that you are close to you, which is really interesting. You know, that I think there also is that sense, or not even competition. It just seems that it sometimes can be a bit tumultuous. Like it can be a bit. Sometimes you might get into arguments with your close ones. And your friends and stuff. Sometimes you may not see eye to eye. So interesting how we've got the 10 in both. The 10 came in pile 1 as well. So, of Swords. So that says to me drama. 10 of Swords is drama. So there's some drama like going on. There's some drama around whatever it is. On a close... I mean, to be honest with you, like to find a family that's like non-dysfunctional is like... is the rarity these days, but it makes us who we are, right? So I think how people see you is your close family and friends, they see you as somebody who's honest, somebody that they cannot pull the wool over, they cannot like deceive or be deceptive. I don't think they'd cross you, to be fair, because I think they'd know it'd go down if they did cross you. But there does seem to be a little bit of like, you know, sometimes they may feel that they can't talk to you or you can't talk to them, vice versa, that kind of thing. So there just seems to be some conflict here. And that's definitely with other people. It's almost like they may have to have opinions on what you do, but you're actually quite fine just being on your own, just doing your own thing, you know. You don't really need the intervention of too many people. Because I think there may be even a possibility that you allow people to kind of come into your circle, but then it gets a little bit too much, like too many cooks spoil the broth, you know? There's too many people inside your circle and you're like, okay, I'm done with this. I need to kind of like break away and just do my thing. But also with the communication as well. I mean, people may even try to take advantage of you. So, yeah. That's really interesting. But, I mean, you know, you've got the first 3 cards, which are like the Queen of Cups, Ace of Cups, and the Sun, which means that there's always good intentions that are happening. People are trying to be honest. They're doing their best to be honest. But I think, to be fair, you call them out, you know. You call them out, and then they get a little bit funny about it. That's what really, I think, happens. And I think that's probably why the zebra is reversed, because it means that you are not able to fulfill your potential in the fullest sense of you being you, if that makes any sense. So you kind of almost have to dampen down your light in order to deal with this. This is on the personal level, yeah, not on the, you know, with people externally. Let's have a look what and as I said to pile 1, like, you know, sometimes our closest friends and family can be, you know, the most difficult relationships to navigate, you know, because they're the ones that we see more often. You know, they're the ones that really get to know us. We really get to know them. You know, it's not personal, if that makes any sense. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so we've got the Wheel of Fortune reversed. The Hermit reversed. The 9 of Swords reversed. Look at that, 10 of Swords again. Wow. Yeah, there's a lot of drama here. 5 of Coins. So I'm just going to put it out there, and the Six of Coins, the Four of Coins reversed. Okay, so it seems like people can see what you've had to deal with, but it also seems that people don't want to. They don't want to get involved with it, or you might feel that you don't want to get involved with other people because of what's going on, like of kind of your history or what's happening. It doesn't look very social. Do you know what I mean? I think there's a real desire to want to be social, but something happened, and I don't know if you're feeling like a little bit low on energy or something. But the Wheel of Fortune reverse tells me that something's not kind of turning the way it should do. And with the Hermit reversed, you may be overcompensating in that respect with people that you don't know, or with external people. People see you as outgoing. They see you as somebody who something quite big could happen with, and they see you as very outgoing. They see you as somebody who is outgoing. They see you as someone who doesn't let things get to them, doesn't let things bother them. And even when things have been desperately dishonest, I don't know, I feel like they make more of a big deal of it than you do. There's drama here, big time. But I don't know, the drama to me seems like it's not you. It could be, but I don't know. It's more to do with, like, there's a lot of drama here and you feel like you're the eye in the storm. I get that from this purple kind of like jewel that's here. And then the Ten of Swords clarified by the Five of Coins. I mean, that's real kind of like feeling lonely, ostracized, out in the wasteland. Feeling like barren in a way. And then the Four of Coins reversed. And I don't know, you know what, actually. The situation that is occurring underneath here, which I'll be honest with you is a little bit better, but it wasn't too great a situation. But it's actually created like what has made you who you are. Because all of this on the top kind of says to me that this is kind of a journey of you breaking through and, you know, realizing that it isn't always about accumulating wealth. And even with the Hermit reversed, I get like a bit of a High Priestess reverse, but it's a bit better because the Hermit kind of has been indoors for enough time to understand. From the High Priestess to the Hermit has had that time to go through this sense of transformation and maturation to come out and feel that they know what's going on. There may be some like kind of like, you know, you may be feeling really, really down and depressed at times with the Sun reversed and the Nine of Swords reversed. Yeah. And also with this Five of Pentacles, there's quite a low energy vibration that I'm getting here. But it's almost like, and I recently did this in my studies recently, that when we hit points of kind of deep pain or things that happen to us, they usually are points of transformation. I mean, you don't need to go and study a qualification for that, but, you know, there's something called spiritual emergence. Check it out if you don't know about it. But there's something like that that's going on here. I feel like you're spiritually emerging here. Because it feels like the situation of how people view you, you're kind of like breaking out of that. You're breaking out of what people think of you. Because that's another thing as well. Third house is ruled by Gemini. Gemini is the social butterfly of the zodiac. They are the ones that like to talk to everyone. They want to know about everything. They want to understand everything. They want to see things from different points of view. They want to recognize certain things. They're interested in everything. They're like little buzzy bees, you know. I'm a Gemini, so we want to know like everything. But then also we want to ensure about communication and about how you can communicate with people. And it just feels like that didn't happen with you. So you're doing everything you can to make sure that you can do that. But you don't really have the support in terms of your friends and your family. So with some you do. You've got some. But there is a deep sadness there. A deep sadness which actually is in the process of healing and is reflecting in your external kind of reflection to people on the outside with that Wheel of Fortune reversed. You're kind of still going through it. You're still like kind of working through it. And that's why this reading is important to be viewed as how people currently view you, because this is definitely ephemeral. Just like this card here, it's really ephemeral. And the reason why I also say it's like I think you're going through some kind of awakening or something is because of that card as well. You've got a small child as well. I'm feeling like, you know, child healing vibes, or like inner child healing vibes. And you know, one of the first things I also felt was that when when you see these leaders and dictators that are making these insane decisions in terms of war and whatnot and what is going on, when you really look at them, they really are just young. They're just really the inner child that are acting out. I saw it when I was like looking at like Donald Trump, like what was happening with him. And they were saying that he's just acting out his inner child, the child that never got to have the regular childhood. You know, his childhood was pretty horrific. Like he was just, you know, rich family and not really. He probably thinks that he had I don't know about, you know, but I just heard that it wasn't that great. So it contributed to the man he is today. So it's like that kind of thing. I feel like there's some healing. Not that you've got anything like that. That was just an example in terms of like, you know, how adults expend their kind of like childhood trauma in a wider context. So that's nothing to do with you. That was just an example. But with you, I feel like you're transforming things into something very beautiful. But it's almost like you're kind of getting ready for your coronation. And obviously there's going to be lots of chat about that, isn't there? So yeah. Wow, pile 2, love it. I hope you enjoyed that reading. If you liked it, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe for more videos. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the reading, if you liked it. But otherwise, my darlings, you take care. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or whenever you're choosing to watch this. And remember that honesty is always key. Bye. Pile 3, hello and welcome to your reading. So you chose the third card and it is Jet. I don't know if you can just about see that. Sorry for there we go, Jet. Conclusion, death, end. So, I mean, obviously, you know, I wouldn't say that that's what people get reminded of. Let me just see if I can adjust this light, because it's just very interesting. You've got Jet and the light is quite dark. Okay, so what I see by this is that they know that people don't really think that they can get away with much. Like, they know that, or not even that, they know that they say one thing. Like, they have to be really sure about what they say to you. And they also know that you are going to be really to the point. You're not going to beat around the bush. You're not going to be somebody that really, you're going to be quite blunt, quite stark, open to things, but you will be upfront about things. Do you know what I mean? Now, Jet is, I think it's petrified wood. I think it is. I think it's wood that's been like kind of, there's been kind of, let me just double check that actually. Yes, it is petrified wood. Very, like, it's coal basically, similar to coal. It's similar to that. but obviously it's hard enough to use in certain things, or to use in materials which they used to back in the day. When I say back in the day, we're talking about hundreds of years ago. So there may be quite an ancient quality to you, in the respect that there's just some kind of like respect that's here. I think that's what I meant to say at the beginning. It's like almost there's a real essence of respect here. Like, you respect the answers you give. There's almost like a sense of finality around, if somebody comes to you, they know that they better be ready for the answers that you're going to give them, the kind of talk that you're going to do, like you're going to talk to them. They know what they're going to get, and they also know that it's going to be kind of final. I do kind of like see the Leo sign here, which is really interesting. So I'll be honest with you, my friends. I love my Leos, and I think they're amazing, but I would never mess with them. Do you know what I mean? Because they're like the kings and the queen. Well, I don't know, not even a queen, but more a king. Because, you know, the idea of king and queen, like the idea of a queen, like, even though a queen can still rule, the king will rule before the queen. Do you know what I mean? And there's a very kingly. It's not quite so queenly. It feels kingly. It feels that it's ultimate power kind of thing. Like there's just a real gravitas to this. So, God, cracking start, pile 3. Let's see what the other cards have to say. Okay. Wow, so we have Uranus, which, funnily enough, both of the other piles had this card reversed, but you've got the card upright. Wow, we've got the Thief. So things that that might be a little bit, you know, intimidating when we see that, pile 3, but really we're going to go deeper into this. The Peacock, wow, amazing. So these two cards you got upright, whereas like both pile 1 and pile 2 got it reversed. I might need to shimmy this a bit. The Judge. See what I meant? See, that's what I meant. I love that. So yeah, that's why they don't. They're like, right, if I'm going to go and talk to this person, I've got to know that I've got to know what I'm going to say, because I'm not just going to talk to someone. You know, it's like those type of people where you can't have frivolous chat with, because they're just not the type of people that you could have that kind of chat with. That's what I feel that people see you as. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's not necessarily a good or bad thing. It just means that that's the type of personality you have. And it's quite boom, like they, you know, like a lightning bolt. I always see Uranus as a lightning bolt, like the tower energy. It's like that finality. But we've also got retribution, triumph, and discipline here. So what that means to me, that's also quite Saturnian. Death is quite Saturnian in that respect. It's like the granddaddy, the one that you just, you know, the one that the ultimate kind of male archetype that you would respect, you know. So let's have a look. And then this card is Big Luck. Look at that. Love that. So I think that there's a lot of respect here. A lot of respect. People respect you deeply. You command respect. You know, whereas like pile 2, they had essence of royalty. You command it. Like it's almost like an authority you command, pile 3. And what's really interesting is, do you know what I think this Thief is? I think you don't believe it. I think there's a little bit of you that believes that you're an imposter. Like, people have this idea of you, but you're like, why would they think that? I think that's, you know, because I think you're very good at what you do. And not only that, I feel like there's an ability to be able to like play different roles. There's also like, it's quite a scorpionic energy, scorpionic Capricorn, you know, plutonic energy here. But it's really interesting. We've got air, we've got Peacock, and then we've also got Uranus here. So the thing I get here from the Peacock is that, one, the Peacock is the male, but it's like the prettiest, and it has to be in order to attract the female. And not only that, not only does it like have this, you know, the many eyes, It also has to make itself bigger than it is in order to attract the females, in order to stop any kind of predators attacking it. So there's basically this feeling of you having to maybe put across a persona. Maybe you do something that has to have that. So you have something that requires a lot of authority, but that isn't really maybe who you are. And I think you might have had to adopt that personality in order to capitalize on your skills, you know? You know, it reminds me of a friend of mine that was talking about a friend of hers. And this lady I met, she was so beautiful, like beautiful, just really beautiful. And my friend told me that she was the CEO of a company and really kind of fought her way to get up to that point. But not that I didn't notice it of her, but like I could see how people would not think that of her. Like they would try to take advantage of that. And she was this beautiful, I think, she's from the east of the world, like either Korean or Chinese, I'm not sure. But, you know, and obviously from being in my own personal kind of background, you know, Asian cultures, East Asian cultures, it's all got, there's interesting dynamics with women that go on. And not only having to fight that within a Western society, she managed to become this CEO of this company. But my friend told me that she really had to fight to get there. And it's almost like she had to put on this kind of like persona in order to get there. And that's what I'm talking about. This is what this seems like. It seems like you mean business. It really does. And you could be a judge. You could work in like, you know, an authoritative job. You could put across that you have this gravitas. And I think that people really not just respect it. I think they're just like, wow, we're not going to mess with this. That's what I got from that. It's like, I'm not going to mess with this because I could get hurt. I don't know in what way. But, yeah. Okay, so let's see what your friends and family, your close friends and family view you. How do they view you currently? How does Path 3's friends and family currently view them? I didn't mention this at the beginning of the video, or the beginning with the other readings, but I will mention it here, and I will also put it in the show notes as well. This is an addition to the fact that your close friends love you. They obviously love you. There is something that is amazing and pure and beautiful about you. That's the reason why they're your friends. This is just a caveat, and also just a reading that is general. So please don't take these as gospel. These are supposed to be like just for entertainment purposes only. So kind of just, you know, have that in the back of your mind while you watch these readings, with all of the readings on YouTube. If you're getting a personal reading, then it's different. But yeah, just be aware of that. These are just general readings, and these should only be a confirmation. Only take what resonates. And remember that, you know, this is on top of them, you know, loving you and really, you know, really being your friends and your family. Okay, with that being said, let's go. All right, we've got the 5 of Swords reversed. We've got the 9 of Cups reversed. We've got the 4 of Cups upright. And then we've got the Page of Pentacles. And then we've got the King of Cups reversed. And then we have got the 6 of Wands reversed. So with your friends and your family, I think it's important. They see you as somebody who doesn't give up. Like you just will not give up on your, you know, if something defeats you, you refuse to give up. In a way, sometimes to your own detriment. Sometimes you can ignore signs and things like that may actually prove to be a lot more beneficial for you. They are pretty scared of you. The King of Cups reversed, I see as Poseidon when he is angry. Yeah, so there's, I think what happens is it's because you're deeply, deeply sensitive, and you know you're kind of enthusiastic about new things, but you always are out for something that, and this is just, you know, please take this only if it resonates, but like, when you see the opportunity in something, you go for it. Like you really go for it, and you're really behind it. And you're willing to learn from it. You're also willing to have a beginner's mind. So you may be people that study a lot, and you like to expand your knowledge in terms of, like, you know, degrees or courses or whatever. But there is something here that people see, that like, even when you don't get what you want, you kind of settle for stuff that you know, I don't know, even though you don't say no, like there's or not admitting defeat when you don't get what you want. It's almost, I still feel like it's a little bit of a hole, like a little bit of a gap there. But to be honest with you, I feel like it's this hole that gives you hunger. It's actually like part of what helps you to keep on being this young learner, because we've got a page here. What's really interesting is, in the respect to your finances or your material possessions, they see you as somebody who is always eager to learn, but when it comes to your emotional state, they really don't want to be around you. Like, they really are quite fearful of you. Really. And I think you know this. I wouldn't be surprised if this is something you're working through anyway. But I think you understand that, you know, this has got to be kind of like worked through. And they see that in you. They see that. They see that you may be an old soul who is able to really be upfront and really strong. You may be a really, really like prominent business person, which I get, because you're really able to like work business, but then you also keep a really open mind, and you kind of like take the new things from the generations that come, and you're very good with it. But emotionally, there's some stuff here. So people may think, they may be like, okay, like you have to be careful when you're around them, because they just could blow up. You know, you have to be quite careful. That's only take that if that resonates. But I think, as I said, I think you're working on it. I think you understand it. Like, you're starting to understand your triggers. There is quite a few cups here, so I don't know. Some of you might drink, particularly with this three of cups. See, I saw 3 of cups, but it's the 4. So you may like partying or stuff like that, or like going out for a drink, or like, you know, because there's something here as well with the 9 of cups reversed. There may be something to do with alcohol or drink. I won't go into that. You'll know what I'm talking about if that's the case. Either that, or there may be some kind of like something that you're using to numb the pain. It may not be it may not be cups, it may not be alcohol, but then there may be something that you're, you know, using to kind of numb the pain. And it's interesting how the King of Cups is here, so, and it's reversed, so. Okay, so that's what your friends and family think of you. So what do other people, or view you currently? What do people who don't know you, how do they currently view you? Okay, King of Swords reversed, and then we have the Page of Coins. Honestly, like, you guys do not mess with you at all. Yeah, they're pretty... Wow, interesting. Page of Coins, Page of Pentacles here, and then Page of Coins there reversed. I got 4 cards there. Yeah. Wow, look at all these kings. You are definitely something, a force to be reckoned with. Again, 5 of Swords reversed. You don't give up at all. Like, you will not. Oh my God. Right, okay, and then the 5 of Wands. So we've got another 5. And then the Fool. So, I mean, do you know what I get from this? I get like somebody who's a stock marketer, somebody who invests. Because you need to have like guts of steel to do that job. And you're very good at it. That's the kind of vision I'm getting. That's the kind, well, not even vision, it's the flavor I have. Like I can taste it. And you love it. You love it. You love it. It's almost like it helps you to thrive. And you are really, I don't know, I think some of you, you do quite well financially. You really do. But it's really interesting. We've got the King of Cups, the King of Swords, reversed. I always see the King of Swords reversed as the dictator. So there's maybe a little bit dictatorial if you're a CEO or a boss. These are my definite CEOs, pile 3. Page of Coins reversed. It's interesting because, you know, even, yeah, I mean, I don't know, I'd be surprised if some of you were in relationships, and if you were, then maybe you might not be very committed. Or, you know, your eyes may go wandering. There's also a sense of like, there may be a lack of commitment to self. But money seems to be very tangible. And there's a lifestyle and an opulence that kind of like comes with that. 5 of Swords reversed. Yeah, you like your attitude is something that makes you wealthy, I think, pile 3. And if you don't resonate with this, then this is not your pile. But I don't know, maybe like also, maybe you are also one of those people that if you're not experiencing like wealth right now, or a lot of wealth right now, you know how to do it. You know how to do it. Absolutely. You do. You know how to put on the suit and make it look, you know what to do. And you see every day and you see everything as a new opportunity. So even sometimes I might even think that you guys see failure as a new opportunity. So it's almost like the failure of something goads you into doing it more, you know? That's what it seems like to other people. Like people, that's what they think of you, yeah? These are what, not the close people, but the people outside. They see you as a bit dictatorial. They see you as a little bit non-committal, but they see you as exceptionally successful and stable. You don't take no for an answer. And then they also see that you're competitive, but competitive to win, right? Well, no, you're competitive actually. There's no like drive to win, because I think that you're so open to like not winning. It's almost like dare me, I'm not going to win, because that will push me even more. Like say to someone that they can't do something and they will be even more driven towards it. That's what this feels like. Wow, you're amazing, pile 3. Pretty amazing. God, what an honor it is to have read for you. I'm so, I hope you enjoyed this reading. So interesting to see what other people think of you. If you liked it, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe for more videos. But otherwise, my darlings, thank you so much for allowing me to read your energy and allowing me to do this reading. It's a bit of a weird one because obviously it's a little bit sensitive. I will probably be putting a trigger warning on this because, yeah. But I really enjoyed it, and I hope you did too. Remember, just take everything with a pinch of salt, a handful of it if you can. And yeah, I hope you're having a beautiful evening, morning, afternoon, whenever you're choosing to watch this. And remember, honesty is always key. Bye.